Hello, everybody. It's
Hello.
Factorio Friday.
Yes, it is Factorio on an actual Friday.
The one day where the naming scheme sounds normal.
Yes. All right. So we last played Wednesday, so it's been a couple of days. What have you been up to since then?
No. Well, first thing you can see is I've set up a road network.
I do see that. I very much appreciate it.
Actually have somewhere to drive now. I set up a new stone train to the south.
Yes. Which is pulling from two separate stone repositories, which is very nice. Because stone
Yep.
is pretty slow to come in.
Yeah. And those are close enough together. It's like I'll just put them on one train. And then I got a new copper to the north.
Where is that? Oh, yes, I see that. I like the tank trap design you've got around the outside of it. It's good.
Yeah.
I think Skittle likes it as
There's the
well.
bugs at bay.
I see you've also started to set up some rail turrets here, some railgun turrets. Have you been working on
Yes, I
setting
put
up
down some of those.
some? Excuse me.
I've not
I'm trying to
set up
ask a
ammo
question.
production for that.
Yes, you understood what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah, not yet.
That's fine. I mean, don't really need it at the moment. I don't think, anyways.
Uh, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I've got fusion power
Oh,
up and going.
whereabouts is that in the power place?
You can see it just to the east of the nuclear power across the water.
Oh, I see. And it has the
There's two
advanced steam
big fusion
turbines.
reactors.
Yes, wow.
Yep.
Still zero accumulators. Who needs accumulators?
I know, right?
And we just pump out so much power.
So yeah, that's added in more power.
See, you've also concreted the entire starting area that we had here, which is simply amazing.
Yeah, I have concreted the world. Actually, our power's down a bit because the nuclear reactors got backed up.
The nuclear reactors got backed up. What does that mean?
Yeah. So the used up fuel cells have like backed up on the belt.
I see.
So I'll just go fix that really quick. But I think when we're at full power potential right now, it's like 7 gigawatts or something like that.
Wow. That's a lot. Have we started making any of these purple belts and or superior inserters?
They're in the mall. I don't know how many have been made.
Okay. Do they take green stuff to make? No. So the green stuff is the maximum that we can make with recycling old material. I mean, beyond taking all of our old inserters and just pumping them into some crushers.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Get power armor Mark 3. Cool.
yeah, we do have access to higher tier power armor, though it's quite expensive.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, there we go. That's all the nuclear reactors back online. They should heat up. We'll see that power cap climb. I got an advanced tank built.
I see that as well. It's rather large compared to the tank that I'm used to.
It is, yeah.
It has a huge grid. That's crazy.
Yep,
And it's fast.
it's pretty fast. We're gonna put 2 electric engines to keep it faster.
Right.
Its weapons are very strong.
Yeah, it looks like it has an impulse cannon, a heavy machine gun, a railgun, and a sniper railgun. 2 railguns, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was using that to clear out some bases. Though honestly, the artillery's even better.
Yeah, the artillery's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, artillery's really good.
That's interesting. Okay.
But it was cool taking it for a spin.
I'm gonna move
Um,
my other tank. It's out of gas.
yeah, I
That's right.
literally just built this as like a little parking lot. What else did I do? I think that was it. Just getting the new power, setting up the new mining, concreting the planet. We are 1 science pack away from having all of them.
Oh, nice.
So it's like I might try to set that up. And then I was thinking, honestly, something we could do with would be better smelting.
Yeah. Is the one we currently got not doing it?
Well, it's doing all right, but we could always use more. The demand is so high.
Gotcha.
And the thought I had was we could use this Northland area that I've also started to concrete the world to build like a mega refinery and then train it into the top from there.
A mega smelter.
Oh yes, smelter. But we do also have access to the better ore processing.
I see you've got something going on up here that I was going to ask about these chemical plants.
Yeah, so those aren't actually doing anything because I realized there's not enough room to do it there. But what we could do is set up the chemical plants to do that process. So you bring the copper ore to that, you turn it into what's it called, enriched copper, and then smelt that into plates.
Okay, and where did you say you wanted to set up this new smeltery?
And I think I was thinking we could just do it up here. This is a big empty space.
Yeah. Okay.
There's already rail lines all around there too.
There are already rail lines, and some of them aren't really being used, so this middle one that goes across isn't really being used. I guess it kind of is,
No.
but it can be moved, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. So we could do the better smelting. And I think for my math, that gives us like 33% more plates per ore. Just doing that.
Wow. Yeah,
Which is quite a bit,
that's
if,
quite a
if a
bit per
copper,
one ore, yeah.
because like if a copper vein would give us like 300,000 plates, if we do that process, it'll give us 400,000 plates.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. Especially, I think it's actually even more efficient than that because you get dirty water as a byproduct, and you can even go to the point of filtering the dirty water to get more ore back. As well as stone as a byproduct. So it's at minimum 33% better. Probably a bit higher than that. And we can do that with the iron, copper, and the rare metals.
Yeah, wow. That's a lot.
Though I think the important one's the copper. But like if you can figure out a design for that, then we could just copy paste it for the other ore types, right?
Yeah, I can. Okay, so what you filter them through a chemical plant.
Yes, you put ore, sulfuric acid, and water into a chem plant. And for rare metals, it's hydrogen chloride instead of sulfuric acid. And then you get out the enriched copper, which can then just be smelted directly.
Okay, and
We
then
also have access to advanced furnaces, although I don't know what they need to craft.
do we? Okay, let me take a look.
They're a bit expensive.
Yeah.
But we might be able to use
Do
them.
we know how big they are?
I think they're big.
Yeah. So I was gonna say I could probably just set up something that we could upgrade into, but if they're much bigger than the electric furnaces, that could be a
I'm
problem.
gonna make one.
Because I assume that we basically want to just set it up with the same beacon design that we've got for the electric furnaces already.
We could do something like that, yes. Though we might be able to do an even fancier one with the advanced furnaces.
Yeah, and well, if they're taking up much more
Because,
space, then that would mean that you could surround them with more.
yes, exactly. If they're bigger buildings, that means you can put more beacons next to them.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be good.
Um,
Do we have the lithium sulfur battery production, or is it?
There is some of that, yes. It's part of the uh, advanced science production. Oh, there's a thing in the mall that's supposed to make advanced furnaces. But it has not because it doesn't have energy control units. Why is that?
I don't see a recipe for them in the mall.
One of these must be something I need to program.
Unless I'm looking at the wrong thing here.
Or maybe that was an input the mall wanted at the start.
It seems very likely.
Oh yes, it is an input it wants at the start. Okay. I should probably do that because that'll make all the buildings I need for the other stuff too.
Which means we actually need to have some lithium sulfur battery production. Because that energy control unit requires 3 of them. Alright.
Okay, I can make one advanced furnace. So you have a look at it.
Where are we making the energy cells for the fusion reactors? I'm gonna put a portable one in my chest and see what happens.
They're being made just down here. Honestly, I can make more reactors. We have so many of them.
Oh, I see, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, although we do have access to purple belts, I don't think we really need them for much, other than maybe the main boss.
I mean, they look cool.
They do,
Can't forget about that.
but I think they're a lot more expensive.
Yeah, they are. Okay, do you have one of those big assembly or big factories? Furnaces, advanced furnaces.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Is
Put
that
it
it
down.
down there? It is pretty big. Can loaders load directly into a furnace?
I believe so.
Alright, so this will take 5 enriched copper every 16 seconds and smelt it into 5 copper. But that's not true because that's the basic crafting speed. This has a crafting speed modifier of 12, so that makes that what? Is it reducing that by 12 seconds? Or is it reducing that by 12 times? I don't really understand.
Or what?
So the advanced furnace says it has a crafting speed of 12,
Right.
and the recipe says it takes 16 seconds to craft. I assume that is like,
That's default time 16 seconds.
yeah. And then the crafting speed being 12 is
So it's 16 divided by 12.
it's divided by 12. Why is it divided by 12?
I guess it'd be multiplied by. Well, it's 12 times faster, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right. 16 divided by 12. Because, like, if it was 2 times as fast, crafting speed at 2, it would be 8 seconds, which is 16 divided by 2. And yeah, like thinking about it
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
in 10, it would be, if you were 10 times as fast, it would take a tenth of the time.
Yes.
So it takes 1.3 seconds to do this crafting speed.
That was.
That
You're
is.
just making me question the math that I was just
Well, because I
checking.
didn't
Like,
know why it was division, because I couldn't, for some reason, my brain was like, maybe it should be
well,
multiplication. But
it's.
then it was like, no, that doesn't make any damn sense.
It could be multiplication, but it would be multiplying by 0.083,
Yeah.
which is much weirder math, right? Because you'd be multiplying by like 1/12 essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think having just
So it
a
takes
loader.
1.3 seconds for it to craft,
Yep. That's
and
without.
that's without modules as
Which
well.
I figure efficiency
Oh
mod.
my
Well,
god.
would efficiency modules even matter?
So what you do is you always put efficiency modules in the furnace itself. You cannot put those in beacons. And then you fill the
It
beacons
seems like you
around it with
can.
speed modules.
It says the beacons allowed modules are speed modules and
This last
efficiency
time I tried.
modules.
No, it
Are
doesn't
you
like.
thinking of
Or sorry, not
productivity module?
productivity.
Goes in the
Yeah,
furnace.
productivity. I mean, you put productivity in the furnace, yes, because that
And
makes it
then,
output more ore per craft.
right, so
And
we
then you
want to
put
do.
speed modules in the beacons all around it. And then efficiency modules are really only if the energy consumption gets to be too obscene that you need to curve it back.
How do you make it so that there's ghost modules in the machines?
I think you have to put some in, and then if you copy the blueprint, it remembers what modules are supposed to be in there.
I see. We don't have any speed 3 modules, huh?
I have some. Actually, I have 36.
Speed 3 modules? Damn.
Yeah. Well, because I've had a queue to request the robots to give them to me, and they very slowly give them to me.
Do we make them?
The mall makes them very slowly.
Okay. Well, I'll set up a queue as well, I guess. Which means you're gonna get half as many. Well, maybe.
No.
As long as I'm around, anyways. But yeah, can you pop one in there really quick? I'll see if I can get it to, like, duplicate.
Oh, is this the design queue?
I think this is the most efficient one, because it
Is that
has
the most touching it
the
possible?
most touching it, yeah.
Can you not do like a double ring? Does that not work?
No. Because, like,
How big is this? Okay, it's the same size as this.
It's like
So,
touching it on this side, right? Because these are as close as possible. Trying to put
oh,
one
right.
right behind it,
Okay.
it's just out of range. So I went with
Right.
this because
I
I
see.
can get one extra in on the corners, basically. And
This
then
is
in
like
order to get something
the
in there,
best I could do with a ring.
many is that?
Is that the same amount? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16.
Yeah,
How
it's
many
the
is
same
this?
amount.
4, 8.
It's the same
It is
amount.
the same amount, but it is a more aesthetically pleasing
It
shape.
is more aesthetically pleasing, but it's not as compact.
No, but
But
do we care about space? Also, it's easier to tile squares because this is just a square shape.
that's true. That's true. Okay, I will go with that design for it then. That'll actually make it easier to plug things into it
And
as
you
well.
have these holes, which are very easy to like feed belts through. And the 2 block gap left is perfect size for these.
I didn't even think about getting the energy in there yet. It's a very, very good point.
Yeah, which I mean, if you want to make the blueprint here, I'll slap modules in here. So I have a bunch. Can I fill all of these? Do I have enough for this? No, I didn't.
Cool. And this isn't going to tell us what the crafting speed. Now it says it's 0.4.
So I power this.
Oh my god.
100.8.
So, um, 16 divided by 100.8, 0.15 is what takes a second and a half, right, to craft. Or less than a second to craft.
100.8. Oh. It takes 0.158 seconds to craft.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god. So that's like
it needs 6 times the amount of crafting or of raw materials, 6.3 times the amount of raw materials per second in order to keep up with that. And
so
that's
that means
5. It needs
it'll
it only needs 30. It only needs
just
32. So one loader, one green loader covers it as long as the belt is full.
so one of these will output 6.32 plates per second.
Yeah. No.
So
Yes, sorry.
yes. So
Actually, I think it's more than that. It takes
uh
0.15. It puts out 31 plates a second. Or basically 32 plates a second. Because it's 0.15 seconds to craft. It's done instantly.
yeah, but that means it can do like 6 crafts a second.
Right, so 6 times 5 is 30.
Oh wait, it's 5 per craft?
Yeah.
I didn't even
It
think of
takes
that.
5
Oh
copper,
wow.
puts out 5 copper. So, yeah, like I said, a green belt will cover it. As
So
long as
yeah, it
it's full.
outputs about 31.5 per second, which is half a green belt. Yes,
Yep.
so if you're using green belts, you can literally only chain 2 of these in a row.
Yeah, which is why I was going to set it up like this, so that it was just...
Oh my god. Oh, you could do something like that. You could chain them simply by just having like this and then underground belt to like the next one to give it the other half of a belt.
That fit?
So like if this
Not quite.
was,
If you make
well,
the belt...
we can double up the ring like this because these ones can touch both. Well,
So,
okay, you wanna move it one closer.
it cannot be one closer.
Why not?
I mean, if I just copy it, it can't be more closer.
Like, here, if I copy this,
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So
we
just
do this,
right.
because these ones in the middle touch both of them.
And that map, does it reduce efficiency when it does it, or no?
The beacon shares equally with everything it touches. It doesn't, like, have reduced efficiency. So if you have 10 things touching a beacon that gives 50% speed, all of them get 50% speed. And then, yeah, you have that come out there into that. And then you have the output belt go under and pop out like here, I guess. And then you have this one pop out here. Yeah, do something like that.
Boom. Look at that. And this will put out more than a green belt can handle by like 2.
It's just over a green belt, yes. Which is insane. Actually, we didn't even factor in the productivity. Uh,
Oh shit. Doesn't it? Is it not factored in?
so no, because that's
Oh.
just we were just calculating crafting speed. So the productivity is plus 40%, which I think means basically it fills up a bar then until it gives you another free craft. And I think at 40% it means that every 10 crafts you do, you'll get 4 more freebies as bonus crafts. Every 10 crafts actually is 14 crafts.
Oh.
So, uh, so I guess what we do is we take the 6.3 times 1.4. So it's actually going to output about 8.82 per second crafts times 5. So it's actually going to be 44.1 per smelter
Are you sure we
per,
don't need those
per
purple
second.
belts?
Yeah.
How much does a purple belt hold?
Purple belt's 90, so actually a purple belt would almost perfectly fit 2 of these in a row. But you can use purple
Oh,
belts. We have some. We
that
have enough
feels
for like small
so.
scale usage.
That feels so good. Yeah, I'm gonna request some of them.
Just just replace them in this blueprint with purple belts.
Yeah.
And actually I'll get it once I plug this in. We should start getting the advanced smelters auto crafting. That is like insanely fast. What that's gonna do. Because those things craft like 6 times faster than the ones we've already been using, not counting for the beacon multipliers.
Yeah.
I mean, we even have access to advanced chemical labs as well.
Jeez. All right. What a what a design. It's so elegant. It's so compact, and it's so productive.
Yeah. should be power cells going up in the right spot. Yes. Alright, so the mall will start auto-crafting those.
Nice.
Though, honestly, we're not even going to need that many with how crazy those are. Like, I mean, if we look at... What was it? Items per hour. We consume about an average of 3 point... No, that's production, sorry, consumption. We consume about 3.7k copper plates per minute.
Currently, yeah.
So at that rate, we'd only need an output per second of 61. Now, I mean that this statistic might not be at max potential factory because it might just be going slower than it could be. But I guess that puts into perspective that like literally like 4 of those smelters juiced up to max would probably produce enough plates to run the whole factory.
Probably.
Now they're not gonna be that fast for a while because we just don't have enough speed modules to cover it. But you can put like speed 1s in instead of speed 3s easily enough. Gosh, how fast is the advanced chemical plant?
I don't know. I'm going to be looking at that in a second.
Crafting speed 8. Damn.
We don't have any of those being made, do we?
Is the mall going to make them? Yes, the mall is going to make them.
It is going to make them.
Yep. It's also going to make advanced assembly machines,
It has been, actually.
which have a crafting speed of 5. Damn, the ones we've been using have a crafting speed of 0.75.
Yeah, and the advanced assembly machines are bigger than the other assembly machines as well, unfortunately. So if we have very compact designs for our factories and we want to upgrade, we're going to have to switch it all up.
Well, yeah. I don't think we have any reason to upgrade anything. If we need more of something, we'll just add a new line to plug in.
Have we upgraded the capacity of our robo ports?
However much is possible.
Okay. As the personal robo port, I think you can have a maximum of 30 robots doing something at once. Which, I mean, I guess if you have
Yeah.
two, you could have 60, but I don't know if that's necessary.
Yep. I mean, well, when you're building in the base, don't even really need them, honestly, because the whole thing's on the grid.
Yeah.
And even that whole Northlands I was talking about, you can build in, I gridded that. I mean, I guess if we wanted to, you could even go as far as to, like, do all the smelting in a new area and just train everything to the top here. Like, the glass,
I was
the silicon.
under the impression that's what you wanted to do. That you wanted to just kind of rework and just completely get rid of the smelting area here and just move it somewhere else entirely, and then just have this be like a big offload station for everything.
Yeah.
I can do that. That's totally fine. It's going to take a little while to get it up and running unless we get some serious production going on. Well,
Just smelters.
yeah. Smelters, the chemical plants, speed modules, productivity modules, all the stuff necessary for it.
Yeah. I think we can at least set it up with speed module ones pretty easily, I think, because I believe we have a lot of those. Due to the fact that a couple of these science lines craft them. Or maybe not. Oh no, we don't because the glass is lacking. Honestly, the glass is the real bottleneck right now.
Let's call this purple smelting. So this thing takes 3 seconds to craft. Oh god. And it outputs 6 enriched copper. Okay. And that's being modified by 67.2. Okay, so it's going to craft every 0.04 seconds.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And then how did you do the productivity? Every 10 it was an additional 4 because of the 4 productivity modules?
Yeah, because it's...
So you multiply that by 1.4?
what are you looking at? Oh, those. That it's... Oh, it is still plus 40% project. Interesting.
Well, yeah, it's still the same amount of productivity modules.
Oh, did they both take 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. For some reason, I thought the furnace only had 2. Because these furnaces only can have 2.
You multiply that by 1.4, so every... No, wait.
Right, there we go. I got a lot more glass going.
Alright, help me with this math. So every craft will be at 0.04 seconds. It's just called 0.05, rounding up. Every half a tenth of a second. Every fifth of a second. No. I don't know how you would say that. Every 5/1000th of a second. 1/100th of a second, I guess. It crafts and produces six enriched iron or copper.
It's, what is it?
0.0446. That's how long it will take to craft.
Okay. 0.046. And how many does it make per craft?
6 enriched copper.
6. So just 22.4 crafts per second.
Okay. And you multiply that
6
by...
each. Play that by 6.
And then multiply that by
Play
1.4.
that by 1.4.
Right, okay. That's at 188 per second. Okay.
Is it that fast in crafting? 0.04
It's
seconds?
3-second crafting time, and it's being modified by 67.2 crafting speed. So we do the 3 divided by 67.2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even more insane than the smelter.
Yeah, it is.
How is
So
that crazier than the smelter?
so that's just
Because it's a
over
slower crafting speed. Oh, but it's because the recipe's
so
only 3
much,
seconds by
yeah, so
default,
much
whereas the other
shorter.
one's 16 seconds. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So 188 per second.
It's 2 purple
That
belts.
means one of those is 2 purple belts.
Which means one of these is worth 4
4.
smelters.
Wow. Okay. And the craft time for all 3 is the same. Damn. I mean, you're getting to the point there where we probably need to make more sulfuric acid as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math now for like how much copper will that be per second? How much sulfuric acid that'll be per second? Water's not really a problem. You just fucking pump more of it. But
Yeah. So it
takes
uses
3
3 per craft.
per craft, which was 22.42. So we need 67.26 a second.
Per second. And one sulfuric acid chemical plant makes 50 per second at normal speed.
Of a basic chemical plant, right?
A basic chemical plant, yeah. So if you use the advanced chemical plant,
Well, it's huge, right? So it takes up a lot of extra space. So I'm thinking,
honestly, just like one advanced chemical plant probably would give enough sulfuric acid to run all of them. Especially if you speed it up, if needed.
let's see.
Now you will need the sulfur as well. But again, that's chemical plant.
They
Get 2 sulfur per second. You need 5 per second. So you need 2.5 times the amount.
So the chemical plant makes 100 every 2 seconds, which is
Yes.
a little bit less than needed. However,
Yeah, but basic one. But if you use the advanced chemical plant,
it has a
that
crafting speed
crafts.
of 2.5 if I put it in range of some beacons here.
I mean, you could just put down another advanced plant.
Okay, I can do that. I don't have another one, but I can do that.
Like if you just had the same grid again, but with one advanced plant set to sulfuric acid, I think it'd make enough to fuel all of the plants for all of the lines.
How much copper is this going to need per second? Because it needs 9 copper every craft. So 9 times 2.42. It needs a 201, basically 202 copper per second
For what?
to make the enriched copper, which is
Right. That's like
it's a little bit over 3.
over 3 belts. Which is fine if you're doing a train of ore in. That's easily doable. And then making the sulfuric acid will also need some iron plates, but you could very easily just loop some back from the iron smelting to make more sulfuric acid.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, the one bottlenecking question would be the oil. Because you need petroleum gas to make the sulfur.
Hi, Skittle.
Oh, we're maxed out on petroleum gas right now already.
Yeah, I'll once I get another advanced chemical plant made here, I'll start getting the information
You
and
put in an oil in order to request them.
for the advanced chemical plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. We just don't have any.
Right. Why is it not making them? These blue circuits.
Is it in the mall?
Uh. Oh, I think that's why, because something got on the wrong belt somehow.
Oh,
Oh, it's just missing steel beams.
oh, it doesn't use steel beams.
No, I'm just looking at the advanced furnace. Why is it not getting steel beams? What is missing here?
Well, you've got this belt right below it going into it that actually isn't coming.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to
Or
be
no, that
steel.
one's connected to the splitter. Is this line supposed to have steel beams on it? Oh, it's this filter. That's why. There we go. All Alright, now that should start to craft the furnaces as well. Yep, it's already made an advanced chemical plant.
From the looks of this, unless I'm not reading this correctly, you're gonna end up with steel beams, blue chips, and rare metals all in the same belt.
Where?
Right below the advanced assembly machine. Belt that goes underneath it.
This one?
Yeah. Skittle, please. He just stepped on the spacebar and shot a beacon.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So that's why the steel beam is not moving through. It's because it can't. Well, now there's a couple on there, but it's gonna end up going where the blue chip is supposed to go instead. So, like, I think this splitter right below you, you need to back up one. Or two, maybe.
Yeah.
So you can put...
Is this supposed to be like this? No. How is this supposed to work?
We short on rare metals.
Maybe?
Where's their smelter? Would appear so. We are not getting in a lot of rare metals anymore. They're just not working very fast. Okay, so fully upgraded sulfur plant will yield 100 every 2 seconds. So crafting speed 2 seconds. Modified 0.2. So every 0.073 seconds it crafts. Every second it does 13.3 crafts times 0.4. So every second it does 1.9. Or sorry, 19.7 crafts. So that'll be putting out 19. Come on. 1917 sulfur every second. Sorry, sulfuric acid. I should like get a notepad or something. I should just open up a notepad.
Yeah, we're starting to work with some extra crazy numbers.
Okay. Nice get on.
Oh yeah, we went through the whole backlog of rare metals, huh?
Yep.
Still plenty of ore. We just don't smelt it fast enough.
We don't get it in fast enough.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, so it looks like we only need like 67 sulfuric acid per second for the copper, for the enriched copper, I should say. So, like, one of these plants is putting out 1900, and it only needs like 67.
Right.
So, yeah, one of these plants
Well,
probably
we
would cover like most of our needs, actually.
yeah.
Because it leaves us with a huge surplus. Oh, 1850.5.
How much are we making right now?
That's an excellent question.
600 per second.
Well, we can basically triple production with one machine. Let's see, this needs a copper input. you said it's 2 times speed.
Yeah.
I think this was the enriched ore output number. Getting 6 every craft, and that's 22.42 crafts a second. Times 1.4 for the production efficiency. Yeah, 188.3. We determine how many enriched ore we need per second. So just 8.86 graphs a second. Does that sound right? Yeah, that's right. So the amount of enriched copper in and out for plates should be the same. Because it's 1 to 1. It takes 5 enriched copper to make 5 copper plates.
Right.
Means we need 88.6 enriched iron every second for 2 smelters. So one of the chemical plants doing enriched or outputs. Yeah, we determined a little bit more than enough for all 4. Okay. So one sulfuric acid to one copper enrichment to four copper smelters. Oh, what a bunch of math. I'm not even done. Okay, and then it also needs 25 water per craft. It's a total of 560.5 water a second. Then what does it make? Makes 25 dirty water, so it makes 560 dirty water. This takes 7.2. That's not right. I keep putting that too high. Nice. Okay. Only got 2-second crafting time. Okay. This does 33.3 crafts a second. I had some math wrong earlier, so I've got to redo some stuff. Yeah.
Right, yeah, now the bottleneck is rare metals.
This does 46.6 crafts a second. That's 46 times 100. 46.6 times 100. This actually produces 4,660.
Crazy thing is, we could research singularity beacons now, which are smaller beacons. So you could have even more of them around the building.
I'm not really certain why, but the effective crafting speed changed. From 68 to 67.2. Oh, I know why. Because the productivity modules change the speed. Okay. So that makes the crafting speed 145. It's just 45.0. So every second, this makes 4,500. Sulfuric acid. This needs 200 water every craft. So it needs 9,000 water a second. Needs 450 sulfur a second and 90 iron plates a second. Which, yeah, I can just loop that easily. into itself. So essentially, this comes down to um, we're gonna need a lot of extra iron plate production just to run this stuff. Well, I guess not really, because this is producing so much extra sulfuric acid that this one sulfuric acid plant probably will be enough for the entirety of our smelting operation. And it will take one full purple belt to run it. Very easy. Wow, we have created matter from energy. So these singularity beacons. How big are they? And do they take just the same like modules?
I think so.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to retool some of this math probably, but it's okay.
Let's check. Actually, I don't know if I set up the labs to accept the cards yet.
Sulfur is made in a advanced chemical plant as well.
So we can now use matter to create anything we want. So technically, if we wanted a wild system, we could just like turn iron ore into every other ore or something like that.
I don't know if we want to go that hard with it. I like the idea of setting up these massive beacon smelters and just producing a lot, and then that would require a lot of input, which requires trains and more trains and more trains and fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, rare metals is basically the only bottleneck, I think. I guess the glass maybe as well, the slightly bottlenecking, but
Alright, so this thing does the same. Alright, this should be the same crafting speed. It's also 2 seconds. And it needs 60 water every second. Every craft. 60 times 45. And it needs the same amount of petroleum. Which is 2,700 petroleum a second. That might be where we have a problem. 2,700 petroleum a second.
2,700 per second.
Yep. It needs 60 per
Uh,
craft, and we do 45 crafts a second with for the sulfur.
uh, our entire setup right now outputs a total of 650 per second. And I think that's also kind of capping out with the amount of oil we have coming in. Okay, there's a little bit more room, but
And outputs, how much does this even output?
if you wanted to actually run that, I think we would have to either set up mega beacons around the oil rigs or build like 30 more oil rigs. We have to get like 30 more oil spots.
Right. Huh. Uh. Well, let me see how much sulfur this would
I
even
mean,
output.
that's only to have the sulfur running full time, right? We don't need that much sulfur.
Actually,
Like it was super overkill, wasn't it?
well, no,
No?
no. To make the amount of sulfuric acid, we. I mean, we don't need that much. In order to make the full sulfuric acid every second, we need 450 sulfur a second. And, one of these sulfur plants makes 180 sulfur a second. So we'd actually need two and a half. So three. We need three of these sulfur plants. So we'd actually need 8,100 petroleum a second.
8,100. That is so much.
Which this is complete overkill on the sulfuric acid. We only need 134.
So a normal pump jack puts out 68 crude oil per second without speed.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there are
I mean, like,
several
we can
ways to make
crack light
petroleum.
oil to make more petroleum, yes. Like, if you do the full process of cracking, you get what? So you get 20 by 55. 40 becomes 30. So for 40 heavy oil, you'd have. Oh, these are weird numbers.
Forty heavy oil gives you the same amount of light oil that you need in order to make petroleum gas from it. Now,
Yes, it does. Okay, so 40 heavy oil becomes 20 gas.
yeah,
And then when
and
you make
refining.
it, so that's 30 gas. That
Plus 55 gas, and this is ignoring like crafting time and everything. Because like the advanced oil processing doesn't make as much heavy oil per second as needed. Just from a 1-to-1 ratio.
So, if you cracked all of it from one process, I think you net 87.5 petroleum gas
Yeah, per craft,
per advanced oil craft.
which there is no advanced oil refinery, right? So we're kind of stuck there. Yeah, however fast we can make that.
I mean, again, you can put beacons around it, but
Yeah,
you say you needed 3,700 petroleum gas?
8100.
8,100.
Yeah, if we
So that
wanted.
would need, without speed, that would need 92.5 advanced oil processings, which each need
100 crude oil.
uh how much oil does one put out at normal speed? 68. So each one would need almost two. So you'd need almost 200 oil pumps
Yeah,
if you didn't have any speed calculations.
correct.
Which we could make them all go like what, probably like 5 times as fast. So you might be able to get that down to like 30 or something.
I mean, that's still a little bit unreasonable. I don't think we need this much sulfuric acid.
Probably not.
Honestly,
I
we
think
only need 134 for the actual
right.
process
Oh, well, how many processes is that?
for
How many
4 smelters.
irons? Okay, but if we want to like 4 copper smelters and 4 iron smelters, then it'd be double that.
Well, maybe. Let me see. Let's just take the same amount of sulfuric acid. Yeah. Let's get down.
So how much sulfuric acid would that have been making?
Um, 4,500 a second.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So we literally need like 5% of its potential or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, like I said, this would
All
be
right.
enough to do what our sulfuric acid needs for the base art. Like, undoubtedly.
To have that thing going full bore, you're reaching like super factory levels of scale.
But you only
That's
need the
well
one.
beyond what we would need.
But you only need the one for your entire factory, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
probably.
need so many pipes to move that. Like
I
the
didn't even
pipes would
think
become a
about.
logistical
I
nightmare
didn't
when
even
you
think
have an
about that. How much can
output rate that
they?
high.
How much can they move? A
The steel
second.
pipes are like 250. The ducts are 2.4K. Or no. I think they're 1.2K.
Well, then you would need two. You need four, basically, just to cover it all completely. Ducks coming out of it.
Uh yeah.
No, the ducks hold 4.8K.
That's dependent on how long they are, because they like merge into a bigger block. The smallest duct unit is 1.2K, and the
I
4.8K one is
see.
4 of them merged together.
I see.
So you need like we said it was like 8K.
For the
So you need like 8 ducks if you were
petroleum,
going
yeah.
full bore.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if you can fit a duct in here, in between these things. No, a duct doesn't fit in between these things. Do there are there underground ducts?
There are, yes. They're kind of awkward though, because they're very big.
Do they actually plug into machines?
So you have to use an adapter that changes it between small pipes and big pipes.
I see. Okay. So this is important information to know because we're gonna have to plug this stuff in regardless with these. So I need to know if we need to use ducts or pipes. Or if we can use ducts even. If we can't, I need to keep take that into consideration. I mean, yeah, I can. How much is it? It's only 134. Which you said the steel pipes are like 200, right?
I think steel pipes are 250.
Looks like they're 125.
Oh, are they? Oh no, yeah, they are 125. Yeah. For some reason I was doubling it in my head.
Okay. So I can get this thing affected by 11 sources, is that right? Okay. This crafts at 2 seconds. Modified crafting speed of 6.5. 6.05. This will do 3 crafts a second. Much smaller amount, it's 15 times less. But that means that it's making 300. Actually, it should be 4.2 crafts a second. Not terrible. And so it'll make 420 sulfur, or sulfuric acid, which is plenty. So this will need much less water. It'll need much less sulfur. And much less iron. Oh my gosh. Alright, so one of the basic chemical plants, right, with the maximum speed modules, productivity modules that we can put around it, you know, without the singularity beacons, is much more reasonable numbers for the sulfuric acid. So it only produces 420 instead of like 4,000 something. And it only consumes 42 sulfur instead of needing, I don't know, like 450.
Right.
And so this will take should be the same craft speed. 4.2 crafts a second. Which means that it needs an input of 250 water. And 252 petroleum. It will output see, it only outputs 16. We need 42. So we need 3 of these. So still need like 750-ish petroleum a second. Which I think is more reasonable.
That's quite doable.
Now, I will say that is just for one line of 4. So that would be iron or copper. I guess technically, or enriched metals. It seems like they'll probably be about this. Actually, the enriched metals use hydrogen chlorine, so they'd be a completely different recipe. But
Yes, that's different. Well, I over doubled the oil refineries.
Nice.
If we had enough gas or oil for this, they would output 1,000 petroleum gas per second.
Wow.
But it needs 2,000 oil.
Hi, Skittle.
current oil input is 1,000. So actually, we might be able to get that many going full bore. You're brainstorming with the ducks.
Yeah. I sure am. Because we need a lot of water, and the steel pipes aren't going to cut it. That's what it boils down to.
Right. Well, one duct of water is probably enough.
It's more for the symmetry of the thing, but then I'm not going to be able to get it to be symmetrical. Though I suppose I can do it like this.
Yeah. I don't actually know if putting it into both inputs matters on the sulfuric acid.
I
Since
mean,
both want water.
how much fluid can pass through one of these
That's the question. I don't know.
ducts? These
Oh, the
adapters.
ducks.
Well, the
Uh,
adapters. Looks like a lot.
yeah. I mean, it's the fastest way we can possibly put water in. So whatever speed it is, it's got to be good enough. Because I don't think there's any faster way we could move water. Right, so is this a design where the acid personally feeds each thing?
Yeah, it doesn't produce enough. I mean, it has. There is enough of a surplus from one of these acid things here that you can run both lines, I suppose. Actually, that's a fair point. I don't really do it like this.
Yeah, like you presumably can just make another sort of square module thing that makes the acid and then just pump it into these squares. And then the whole thing can just be like these squares you like align with each other and connect.
Okay. What I need to do. So the problem is To make the sulfuric acid, it needs 840 water a second. So I have to use a duct, which causes problems for the beacons. Well, I suppose we're literally about to be done with the singularity beacon, so I can see how much different this is gonna be. Just craft one of these guys really quick. I say really quick, it's gonna take a little while. Because these are much smaller to the point where we can add a lot more beacons than all of this math that I've done for the last like 2 hours is completely wasted. Because that'll just change the numbers so much. Probably should have been doing this in an Excel sheet. That way it just auto calculates everything for me, but I was lazy and didn't want to open it up. And now I suffer.
Huh. Yeah, I'm curious how good these are. So these are okay. They're 2x2s.
Did you already make one?
Yeah,
Ow.
it's in my pocket.
Yeah, how did you handcraft one so quick?
It only takes 10 seconds to craft.
Oh,
You have all the
I
stuff,
didn't have all the stuff, I guess. That makes sense.
and you can put 2 modules in it. Does it work the same as a beacon, or is it better? Let's see. This is speed 5. If I put one of these in here, it's plus 25%. If I put one of these in here, it gets plus 37%.
Oh,
So it
so
is better.
not only does it take up, so it does take up the same space though.
Well, it's a 2x2 instead of a 3x3.
Oh, these 3x3s. Oh, rats.
So the normal beacon gives you 50% of the module's power applied to any machine in its range. So like if it would give 100%, the machines only get 50%. But the singularity beacon seems to give 75% of the module power to anything in range. And you could put a crap ton of them around these.
Now let's start
In
from the
fact,
top.
uh oh, but they are a smaller radius. All right. I think I've figured out. Here's what you do. You keep the square, but you put these in the gap because they fit.
Oh. That's.
Because the radius is smaller than the regular beacon, so you can keep the
You
regular
gotta
beacons
be
around
able
the
to
outside
pump
edge.
the stuff out.
Well, you could leave like these channels, but you could still like load them up on these sides or something.
Man. How many of those did you make?
Or
I really wish you could, like, place down a blueprint item without it being, like, immediately taken from your inventory.
yeah, that would be nice. Is them all set to make these? Probably not. No.
nightmare. Okay, let's lop down the furnace. Tell it to make enriched copper plates, or to produce copper plates from enriched copper plates. We do the same.
Hello, Rocket. Gosh, we're so close on the science. We just need more of the singularity cards to come in. Oh, right. The factory I made to create those is way too slow.
Hmm. Can I have your fast or your new beacons, your singularity beacons? Thank you. Alright, I'm not gonna have time to finish this today. You stole my belts.
Uh,
But I would like to work on this probably tomorrow morning. If you are going to wait on it for a little bit. This is 100, 1500% crafting speed. So it has a crafting speed now of 192. I suppose that's before I put in a production module, so let me do that really quick. 184.8.
That's quite a bit.
That does 81.3 plates a second from one furnace.
All this might be super overkill. Because I don't know how much more we have left, honestly.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I was kind of looking at the tech tree a second ago, or a little bit ago, and I noticed that, yeah, we're pretty much done. I mean, you're working on the antimatter reactor and then the intergalactic transceiver, which are the things we need to be done.
Yeah, if we build and power the intergalactic transceiver, we win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, I think that just needs electricity. I don't think it needs other components. So really, once we have the
Um,
research, what I think what matters is just
yeah, but it needs 60 gigawatts.
to say 60.
Yeah. But I think it stores energy as well.
I think so.
So it just takes a little bit to charge up and then it goes. It fires off. Which, I mean, yeah, we don't need to do this, but we could, if you wanted, we could add on some additional stuff to the end here, or go for some, numbers production, or some sort of actual end goal besides that, if you want. Or we can just be, once we do it, we can be done. We can look at other mods or
That's what I was
other
kind of thinking
games,
about.
like maybe
Because we talked
some
about
modded
some other
Minecraft
games.
or something. Yeah, we did talk
So
about
I
some other
was like,
games. So
it
we
could be
can
an
talk about
opportunity
that
to go
right
to the
now.
next game.
What was the games that we were thinking about?
Uh, I think the ones I brought up were like the spaceship builder games we played before, like Space Engineers or
Euphoria.
Factorio.
Korean Space Engineers, that's right. Um, Space Engineers would be pretty fun, but that's the kind of thing where I'd want
Yeah,
like an actual structured goal in mind.
yeah. I also think if we play Space Engineers again, we'll probably want to crank up like build speeds or resource gather rates.
I mean, yeah, we'd have to
Because
do
the
some.
worst part is farming resources to actually try and build the cool thing you want to build.
Yeah, spending forever to do that. But that's where I say like an end goal of, oh, we want to set up some sort of huge space station or make our
I mean, that would
own
be very cool. A
like
big space station with like spaceports you can dock ships to and
spaceports.
stuff.
A big dry dock to do big ship construction. So I mean, that could be like an interesting goal is to make like an orbiting ship construction yard and have it be like
Yeah.
this big. Maybe like I don't want to say like Deep Space Nine kind of thing, but actually maybe more like the uh, space Earth space dock. It was fucking huge, right? And you can put like an entire 2 or 3 enterprises inside, kind of deal.
Wow, that'd be pretty big. Yeah.
That'd be a big goal, but maybe not
Because
something
I
quite so
remember.
huge. We don't have to go that big, but something like that where you could build a really big capital ship in it, and it could have like other
Yeah.
docks and what
I
have you.
seem to remember the biggest goals we ever got to before were trying to build like a capital ship, but I don't think we ever finished one.
I would no, I would say what we built, the ship that we
Or
built.
maybe, or you could maybe even argue it's more like a cruiser or something.
I would say if we want to go about like World of Warships designation, that in the scale of space, that was a destroyer.
You think it's destroyer?
It was big. You could probably reasonably crew that with like 140 people. It had limited armament, and it was more about getting from point A to point B at a decent speed.
Yeah. And like that took so long to build.
I mean, we started with nothing.
Oh. Yes, we started with nothing, and I don't even remember if we cranked up the resource gather rates. I know we increased like the inventory weight, but I don't know if we messed with the gather rates.
But I would be absolutely down for some space engineers. Avorion has its own stuff going on with it. Like obviously you want to get to the center of the galaxy or whatever,
Yeah,
and there's a lot to do in that. With the economy and setting up space stations and stuff as well.
it's interesting because like I think space engineers has the cooler like ship designing because it's like an actual big ship you get to walk through and stuff.
Hmm.
But I think Avorion has much more interesting uses for said ships.
Now there is a game that I think is somewhat of a merge of both,
Oh,
and that is 4X Foundations or X4 Foundations, one of the two. Let me see. X4 Foundations, sorry, which is a relatively new game. It came out in 2018, but it is like that, yeah.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's not so much on the like building size of ships as far as I'm aware, but I guess think of it kind of like Elite Dangerous, but with the building space stations and dynamic economy and factions and stuff like that.
Right.
It is very in depth, very expansive. I'm not even sure if it's multiplayer. I assume it is. Um, Actually, you know what? It doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's a single player game.
Oh, well.
No, never mind.
Well,
Shit.
I mean, maybe there's more like space engineers mods or something to like spice it up more.
I mean, yeah, if we do either one, we're gonna mod it and we're gonna take a look
Yeah,
and see what we can add to be fun. But
because that was just the one thing that space engineers felt a bit lacking on was once you build these cool things, like what to do with them. having like proper dangerous enemies to fight with them or like interesting things, quests to do with them or something. And I know they added in a quest system, but most of it was very basic. It was just like collect 100 iron plates and deliver it or something like that.
Man, we can make antimatter artillery shells.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool things we haven't messed with. I know we had talked about like space exploration as like the other mod you could have comboed with this.
Yeah, and you know, I like I said, I'd be fine if we did that. We just slapped it onto the end here and then just kept going.
I
It,
don't
it would give
know if
reason
it would
to
work
use. I don't know.
at this point.
I don't know if it would be the kind of thing where it's like, oh, cool, you built up this really big base, and space exploration will help you with none of this because you've already surpassed it. Good job.
Well, so I think part of the space exploration mod is that it makes the worlds finite,
Mhm.
which may or may not mean it just wouldn't work at this point anyways, because we're on a normal Factorio world that's infinite, right? Unless it has like some sort of compatibility patch thing.
Right. Like, okay, your world gets cut off here, which, you know, kind of
Yeah.
interesting if it just cut off part of the base.
But then also it's designed where like not all the resources are on each planet, so you have to like go between them to get different resources,
Right, I see.
which I don't know exactly what all resources that entails, but a couple of the new things from Krastorio might have been like locked to later planets or something.
Like the Site, for example.
Yeah.
That I could imagine that being on a completely different planet.
And then also I guess the other thing is just I think that would be a very long playthrough because like this has been pretty long, but
Yeah.
from what I was hearing, even like the point we've reached now would probably only be like 40% of the way through the space exploration Krastorio combo mod.
Wow.
And then at that point, it's kind of like, well, it would be better to just, you know, do a different game because we've already spent a fair amount of time on Factorio.
I've spent like over 100 hours
Yeah.
just on this place. Like if we go,
And also, like, the Space Age DLC for Factorio is coming out in October, so part of me is kind of like, maybe better just wait for like the official Space Age thing.
yeah. Yeah, this game has lasted 104 hours, and I've only been in the server for 40 hours of that. I don't know if that because I changed over my account after like the first two streams we did.
Oh,
I
that
think
might
that
not count at that
I think
time.
that has changed it, but still, it's like maybe 50% of the time, right? I've been here, which
I've
my
spent a
schedule
fair
is
amount of
just
time.
what it is. I don't have the same ability to just you know
Yeah.
stream for 7 hours at a time anymore, which is very unfortunate because I do enjoy it. But yeah, I think the next game, whatever we end up picking, because I gotta go. We can talk about it after and we'll pick a new one. But
Yeah.
we'll finish this up tomorrow morning, I guess. Get the transceiver to transceive tomorrow morning, because I would like to be around for that.
We might be able to do that. Don't think I have anything going on tomorrow morning. I'm just kind of curious exactly what all we need to do with it. So if it is just like a power bar that's gonna fill up, then that's pretty easy.
I mean, it takes a lot to craft.
Yeah, I haven't checked that.
1,000 rare metals, 500 immersium plates, 500 immersium beams, 300 AI cores, 500 energy control units, and 750 concrete.
Right. Oh, it only has a total raw crafting time of 20 hours. Craft one in your pocket in 20 hours.
Otherwise, it's like 10 minutes. Man, it's
Yeah.
10 minutes. Oh.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Can you even plug that in as a recipe?
I don't want to just get through this tech so we can see.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get ready to go. So, tomorrow, just let me know, what you think. We'll talk about what we want to do next. Is it
Yeah.
Alvorian or Space Engineers? I'm totally fine with either one. I really like them both, so.
Yeah, they're both fun. Haven't played them in a
Oops.
while.
I didn't mean to do that.
What'd you do?
Nothing. The bots have
Oh,
fixed it.
I see. So man, this was on a Death World too.
It definitely wasn't as bad as the last Death World we played.
No. Well, I think the last one I cranked it up even more. And like weirdly they don't really keep up with you. Like even having the red ammo with enough like damage research upgrades seemed to be enough to just stop them.
It didn't. It helps that we have the ammo loader mod. I think if we had to belt all that stuff,
That's true.
probably would have been a little bit more.
But then at that point we could have just been like, let's just do laser turrets.
All right. Will you come with me for a second? I made something and I would like to show it off, but I don't want to do it in the base.
No. What is this? It made a dolphin.
It made a dolphin noise. Oh, amazing.
Then shooting nukes.
I made some atomic bombs, yeah.
I mean, hey, one of the researchers we could get to are antimatter nukes.
Yeah, antimatter bombs, which is crazy. Because that was a big explosion.
Yeah, it was.
Alright, cool. I made that in my pocket really quick. I was like,
Just casually craft a nuke in your pocket.
yeah. Oh, what's this? I left my nuclear bomb in my other coat.
Oh no!
Alright. Well, thank you for playing. It's been a fun game. We'll finish it up another time. I'm out of
Yep.
here. So, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, everybody, thank you for watching. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.